Hey friends, and welcome back to another I Should Have Read That book club announcement, because today's video will be announcing the next 3 books we will be reading in the new year. So those are January, February and March's books for 2022. I've really been enjoying the book club discussions especially, and the books we've been reading, and I'm just so excited that going into 2022 we've got another list of books that we will be reading, and I'm very excited to share those with you today. If you don't know what the I Should Have Read That book club is, I'm going to leave a link in the description box to a playlist with all of our past videos, including announcements and all of our live show discussions as well, so you can check those out in your own time. So going into 2022, we are carrying on with our usual theme. So in January, we will be reading a classic, and then in February, we will be reading a much loved, hyped book in the book community. The first 2 books in 2022 were picked by Caris from Caris's Corner, as we were continuing on with the fact that I picked the first 3 books. Charlotte from Courtney Reeves picked the next 2, and now it's Caris's turn. And then in March, April and May, it's Charlotte's, Caris's and then mine's birthday. So we are picking a book for our birthday months, which I'm very excited for. But today, like I said, I will be sharing with you the January, February and March books. So without further ado, let's just get straight into the books, because I'm very excited as always. So in January we will be reading Beloved by Toni Morrison. Beloved by Toni Morrison follows our main character Setha, who was born a slave and escaped to Ohio, and the book follows Setha 18 years later, where she is constantly reminded of the past. So the book may flash back. I'm not entirely sure because I haven't read this one, but it may, flash backwards and forwards. And I do believe in the present, Setha is also dealing with the death of her baby, who's on the baby's gravestone is the one word written beloved, hence the title of the book. So I do think this is going to be a very hard-hitting one, but one that I have wanted to read for a really long time. So I'm very glad that Caris picked this one. So that is what we will be reading in January. And in February, we will be reading Only Ever Yours by Louise O'Neill. Louise O'Neill is an Irish author and an author that is much loved in the book community. I do own a Louise O'Neill book, but I have not read it yet. So I'm hoping that by reading Only Ever Yours, it will get me into reading more Louise O'Neill books, because literally everyone loves her books, and they're all different genres, I believe. But Only Ever Yours sounds very similar to The Handmaid's Tale in that it is set in a world where baby girls are no longer born naturally. Women are bred in schools and trained in the art of pleasing men until they are ready for the outside world. At graduation, the highly rated girls are labelled as companions and made to live with their husbands and breed only sons. And though that sounds like the lesser alternative, the girls that are left behind actually live a much worse life. So the book follows 2 best friends, Frida and Isabel, who do believe they are going to be companions at the end of graduation, but things don't go according to plan, and that is all I know. But it sounds so interesting. I'm very excited because I know that Victoria, from What Victoria Read, loves this book, and I do want to get into, like I said, more Louise O'Neill books, and I feel like this is going to be the best one to start with. And then in March, which is Charlotte's birthday month, she got to pick the classic we will be reading for that month, and she very aptly chose Peter Pan by J.M. Barrie. This one will be a reread for me. I absolutely adored this the first time I read it. I read it in a day, and I cannot wait to revisit this because it was just so much fun. I loved the ending and just everything about it. So I really hope it holds up for a reread with me. I'm not going to explain the synopsis of Peter Pan because, everyone knows the story of Peter Pan. Obviously the book is slightly different to the Disney movie, but it is my favourite Disney film as well. But I love them both, the Disney film and this book. So I'm very excited for March when I can reread this and watch or rewatch one of my favourite Disney movies. So those will be the books that we'll be reading for the first quarter of 2022, and I'm super excited for all of them. I really hope some of you guys can join us, and please let me know in the comments if you do plan to join us, which book you will be joining us for. Feel free to follow us on Twitter and Instagram. The links will be below, as you can then follow along with us reading these books and obviously find out about the dates for the live shows for each book for each month. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you soon in another video. Toodles!